Hello everyone, welcome back. In this lesson we will talk about a very nice topic, which is using the with the clause. Actually, when we want to retrieve the data from the database, we use the select statement. But Oracle in 12c added a new feature called with the clause. And the with the clause help you to create a complicated queries. And it's very nice option because the result of this select statement will be stored in a memory and it will be faster in retrieving the data. So let's start by a simple scenario and simple examples, then we will go to more advanced examples. So are you ready? Let's start. The with the clause is very simple. You will write with, then you will give it alias. You can give any alias. So it's like a table name with EMP. So I give alias called EMP as, then you will open the brackets and close the brackets. And here you will mention your select statement. So the select statement here is select employee ID, comma, first name from employees. So this is called the with the clause. So here I defined a variable, you can name it, and I stored the result of this select statement in this variable or in this alias. After that, you will put your main query, select first name from EMP. So this means that the main query will read from the previous query, which we defined it in this alias. So for example, I will execute the first select statement, this one, and this is the result. I will put this result in Excel sheet and I will name the alias EMP, and this is the result of the select statement. Okay, very nice. So now I can understand that the result of this query is stored in the memory. Now I will go to the main query, select first name from EMP. So this is the main query. Select first name from EMP. Where is the EMP? This is the EMP. Where is the first name? This is the first name. So now when I try to execute the select statement, it will retrieve the first name from the query that we defined in the alias. Actually, this is a very simple scenario and it will not give you a clear information. But I just want to give you this example just to understand what is the meaning of the with the clause. Let's take advanced example. For example, with EMP as, I defined here a first source, which is select employee ID, first name, department ID, salary from employees. Okay, I will take the result of this select statement and I will put it in alias called EMP. So I will go to the Excel sheet. Here is the Excel sheet. This is the alias called EMP. I retrieve the employee ID, the first name, the department ID, and the salary. So the result of this query is stored in memory and in alias called EMP. Okay, very nice. So here I defined the first alias. Now I will put another alias called depth sum sal. So I will put here depth sum sal. Okay, and the second alias, select department ID, sum salaries, and I give it alias sum sal from EMP group by department ID. So I can see now that the second source, which is the alias called depth sum sal, it's reading from the first query. So I will put the second query like this: select department ID, sum salaries, I give it alias sum sal from EMP group by department ID. Where is the EMP? This is the EMP. So I will bring from the first query the department ID and the sum of salary in department ID. So this is the result. For example, the department 100, and this is the sum salaries of department 100. Okay, very nice. So I have this query, read it from this query. Finally, I have the main query, which is select star from the depth sum sal, and I will put here the main query, select star from depth sum sal. Where is the depth sum sal? This is the result of depth sum sal. So finally, my main query will read it from here, and this query will read it from here. So this is the result. Okay, very nice. So now I understand more what is the meaning of the with the clause. I can execute now this select statement and it will give you the same result I show you here. Okay, I can understand now more what is the meaning with the clause. Now let's go to another example. For example, display each department name and the count for the employees. Simply, I can make select department ID, count 1 from employees group by department ID. I will execute this select statement and you will find now each department and the count of employees. For example, the department 100 containing 6 employees, the department 110 containing 2 employees. So now I can take this select statement and I will put it here. I give it alias called depth count, and I will make join with the departments, and I will make the join the primary key with the foreign key, department ID equal department ID, and it will give you this result. So I can find here the department name and the count for department ID. Now how can I use this select statement using the with clause? It's very simple. You will write with depth underscore count. So here you define alias in memory called depth underscore count as, and you will put here the select statement, which is select department ID, comma count one from employees group by department. And here you will put the main query. And the main query, you will join the alias. So select department ID, CNT. Where is the CNT? This is the CNT, right? From departments, comma depth count. So here I use the alias or this query to be as a source in the join conditions. And also I make a join between the foreign key and the primary key. I will execute this and it will give you the same result. But this query, it will be more faster because the result of this query will be stored in memory. Okay, now let's take a very complicated example. This example, write a query to display the department name and the total salaries for departments, but only for those departments whose total salaries is greater than the average salaries across departments. So here I need some information. First thing, I will retrieve the department name and the sum the salaries from employees join departments. I will make the join condition between the foreign key and the primary key. So now I will execute this select statement. So I have each department and the sum of salaries for this department. So now I want to know what is the average salaries across departments. The average salaries across department, it will be the summation of all these values divided by 11, the number of departments. So I can make like this. I will put all this as a query. Then I will make upper query, select sum total salaries divided by count star. I will execute this and this is the result. So this is the average salaries across all departments. So now let's go to the question. The question now to display the department name and total salaries for departments, but only for those departments whose total salaries is greater than the average salaries across department. So I want the summation of salaries, but it will be more than this amount, which is 64,210. So simply I can do this query. Select department name, comma, some salaries, some sal, I give it alias, from employees join departments, and I make the conditions group by department ID, having sum of salaries greater than this value, which is this select statement. Okay, so now I will execute this. So this is the result. I have two departments that the summation of salaries greater than the average salaries across all departments. So how can I execute this statement using with the clause? It's very simple and easy. With depth cost, as I defined alias called depth cost, and in this I will retrieve the department name and the sum of salaries. So this is the first alias. So let's go to the Excel sheet. So this is the depth cost. The depth cost, I retrieve the department name and the sum of salaries. So this is the result. You will find each department and the summation of salaries. Okay, very nice. After that, I will define another alias called average cost, which is select sum sal divided by count star. I give it alias called depth average from depth cost. So this is the second query. Select sum sal divided by count star. I give it alias called depth average from depth cost. Where is the depth cost? This is the depth cost. How can I calculate this value? It is the sum of these divided by the number. So it will be this value divided by 11 and it will give you this value. Okay, so now I understand more. This is the first query and this is the second query. The second query read from the first query. And now we will go to the main query, and this is the main query. Select star from the depth cost where some cell greater than select depth average from average cost. Very nice. So this is the main query. Select star from the depth cost. Where is the depth cost? This is the depth cost. So I need to retrieve all this data, but where some cell greater than this value. So the result will be select star from depth cost where some cell greater than this value, and it will give you this result. So I will execute this and it will give you the same result. So I have a main query, I have another query, I have another query. This is the first query. The second query, read from here. The third query or the main query will read from here and here together to give you this result. So actually, maybe it's a little complicated, but I describe it for you very well, and I hope that you understand what is the meaning of with the clause. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next video.